I partied with them a lot, man. Me and my brothers partied with the Nelk Boys, Steve and Kyle in Orlando just last year. They came and saw me on my birthday in Tallahassee, and I got into a little clip in the video with them.
Listen. All right. The energy here is amazing. And headphones one, could you lower it down? My hearing about to break because of this shit. It's kind of loud over here.
You got it.
I like to have fun, bro.
You got it all over your hearing aid?
So yeah, I don't hear through my left ear.
Oh, you took it off?
I don't hear at all through my left ear. So I'm deaf on both ears. I hear through a hearing aid. So when I take that off, I can't hear anything at all.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So I'm profound deaf. I'm deaf. The thing is, with the hearing aid, because I was able to hear prior to becoming deaf, I know what sounds sound like, if that makes sense, right? Yeah. So when you're born deaf, that's why they kind of talk different, right? It's hard for them to speak because they never heard, right?
Oh, that makes sense.
You understand? So when they get hearing aids and stuff like that, they're so in tune and they created this model of how they speak. They think it's right. It just stays in their vocabulary, which is tough, bro. Because even growing up, I had a stigma behind that. I would hear them talk, and being a young kid, I didn't know. And I was like, bro, is that going to be me? So imagine like what kind of paradigms and stuff that I started creating for myself. Would you ever like an outcast or looked upon differently?
I mean, yeah, my family, like, they grew up working for the federal government. So imagine like the lifestyle we lived. I grew up doing everything you shouldn't do with parents who work as federal government. So I was looked up as a delinquent in my family, as an outcast, as I couldn't hang out. I remember my uncles telling my cousins, like, you're not hanging out with Nelson today or this weekend. Like, you're not even going around him because we don't like what he does. And they didn't know what I did. I didn't even do anything wrong. Just being a kid growing up. You know what I'm saying? But I went out to party. I partied much. And they were like, you're not hanging around this guy. He's horrible. They thought I was some
it's kind of
monster.
They were living a certain way and they wanted you to follow that. We was having a conversation about, you have a child, you have a 6-year-old, right? We kind of project ourselves on what we want our child to be. So if we're missing something in our life, we trying to fulfill that within them. And my mistake was I was trying for my son to avoid these pitfalls and stuff like that. But I heard this quote when I was younger, and my mom and my stepdad used to say it all the time. It was something in the lines between, like, what you do to us, your child is going to do, like, 10 times worse.
Yeah, my parents used to say that. I think that's a Hispanic thing.
Yeah.
I think got to be a Hispanic thing. My mom used to say the same shit.
So you Puerto Rican?
Yep, Puerto Rican, born and raised.
Word? What part of Puerto Rico?
Bayamón, Puerto Rico.
That's dope. You speak it fluently?
Sí.
That's dope, bro. What made you come to Ocala?
Well, my parents got divorced. My dad was playing professional baseball back at the time that he was married to my mom, and my mom was working at the Federal Bureau in Puerto Rico at the office they had over there, or in a prison. And eventually they divorced. She ended up getting a job offer over out here at Coleman with them, and then we moved out to Ocala. And ever since then, I've been back and forth between Puerto Rico and here, growing up until my dad passed, and then I haven't been back since.
There's been a lot of changes, bro. A lot of change. I go every year.
See, like, I want to make it a thing, but I haven't found it in me to go back. So, like, even me and my girl, we talk about it every day. Like, when are you going to go back and say bye to your dad, or, fully let that go? I'm not ready to let that go.
Is there something in front of you? This is the vibe I'm getting. Is there something in front of you that you're not willing to face? Is that?
I face it because I can genuinely say, like, yo, I was an asshole to my dad before he passed. And I could genuinely say, like, I thought money was more important. And they used to tell me family's more important than money. But at that time, I was, 21, 22 years old when he passed. He passed away in 2019. So I was 23. I don't even know how old I am. But I was in Puerto Rico, and the only reason I was in Puerto Rico is because I was throwing an event in Puerto Rico where people would come and watch me speak. I used to talk about the stock market and, like, where to invest your money and stuff like that. So I threw an event out there in Puerto Rico. I think it was in Vega Baja. And I just stopped by and saw my dad for 5 minutes. Like, I didn't even eat with him. I just stopped by for 5 minutes. And I was like, yeah, I got to go. And he was sick at the time. He was trying to tell me he didn't have much time left. And it'll never happen to my dad. Yeah, right. So, he ended up getting sick through cancer. Cancer ended up eating his body up from the inside, and then he just passed away. And I never got to go say goodbye. Didn't go to a funeral. Like, I just, yeah.
Welcome back to the Fine Podcast. Every week we invite interesting guests and we talk about the finer moments. You like that transition, right? Yeah. So that's the thing, bro. Like, listen, I appreciate you coming on. I want to say that first things
Thanks
first,
for
man.
having me,
I understand
man, for real.
you're a busy man. You are a very talented boxer. Your name is buzzing around the city, bro. So with sincerity, I appreciate you coming on, man.
I appreciate
I'm
you
trying to bring
having
the
me on.
greatest people, the talented, the people that are actually building stuff and following their passions and what they love to do, man. So how has that journey been, like, in the boxing industry? How did you get into it? What is like the mindset behind, like, you kicking people's ass? I find that shit fascinating that you get paid to whip people's ass.
And then you got to just be nice at the end.
And you got to be nice in the end. Growing up in the environment I came, you had to be tough and you have to be good with your hands.
But back where you came from, when you got into a fight, you always had animosity towards the person you were fighting. Like, you knew what you were getting into a fight for. Like, either he was talking shit, he picked on you, he said some dumb shit about your mom. Like, you was fighting him for some reason. Over here, it's, hey, you don't know who you're fighting. You know when you're fighting, and you know nothing of the guy. And then you start doing your research on the guy, and it's like, man, this guy got a family. He's a good dude. Like, he doesn't do anything bad in the community. Like, he's doing what I'm trying to do. But when it comes to, like, that's my job. We go into the ring, and it's, yo, I'm not your friend right now. And I've had problems with that in my prior fights. People trying to be my friends right before the fight. It shows me weakness. So I take that. Like, if you want to be my friend, that's on you. I'm not going to talk to you till after the fight.
Oh,
so, yeah, you have animosity towards somebody you fight in the street. In the ring, it's more like you have to find it. You have to get yourself mad. My coach that was coaching me in Gainesville was telling me, he said, listen, man, you don't know that other dude on the other side of the ring. He's just as nervous as you, but he touched a girl's butt. I was like, what? I was like, just think about him touching your girl's butt. Just, I don't know, get mad. Find an animosity towards him to go in there and whoop his ass. And then after you knock him out, you got to go over to his corner and his coaches and say, good job. Thanks for sharing your time with me. Yeah, it's a whole different ball game.
So you built that respect after, right? Kind of like all of that, even if there was some type of disrespect prior. I think, I see people chop it up like literally after the fight.
Right.
So even me growing up in the streets, yeah, you have that animosity, somebody trying to be bigger than somebody else, somebody trying to bully or say something. But after you squared off, you're like, all right, I got respect. I whip you, you whip me, whatever the case may be.
So when it comes to boxing, I feel like if you're a boxer, you understand the respect that comes with stepping into that ring. Some people don't. Some people do it for the money, for the lights, for the fame, and they don't understand that, like, this is an art, bro. This is a job. This isn't you trying to be the baddest man on the planet. You saw Mike Tyson, the way he was the baddest man on the planet, but he gives a lot of respect to the game of boxing and everybody who does it. So it's complicated in your mind, and a lot of people who aren't in it don't have the respect that boxers do in there.
So that leads into my next segue. You can't stand the influencers that's getting into the boxing industry and the people that's making headlines. Like, think about Jake Paul, right?
Okay.
Jake Paul, he's a nut, right? But his marketing is phenomenal. So I like to peel the layers back and see what's really going on, right? He puts his persona. He's knocking out bums. You would say that, right? He's knocking out bums. And respect to everybody. I don't like to bring nobody down, but he's doing it right. Think about how much money he's making. Like, essentially, you're trying to get to a level where you can be financially free.
But the thing with Jake Paul is, like, he came from already having the finances. Right. YouTube did it for him. He had a platform already. People knew who Jake Paul and Logan Paul were.
Yeah.
So they just found the love in boxing. And I'm not going to say that I don't respect them, because training and getting in the ring, regardless of who you get in with, like, it takes something to do that. Not every man can do that. So I'll give him my respect in that sense. And another way is he brought eyes back to a dying sport.
Yeah, yeah.
You understand? Like, boxing was a dying sport. And then Jake Paul pops up. Everybody's boxing.
Yeah,
yeah. Celebrities boxing. You got Will Smith smacking this dude at the Oscars. Now they're talking. I went on mybookie.com and I saw a boxing event. Will Smith and Chris Rock.
Yeah,
I was like, what?
It's crazy.
And now everything is boxing.
Yeah.
And I wish it was like that back then. Or we had something like a boxing gym back then that we can go to and solve our problems with our bullies. Because back then we were doing it in school or on the street and getting in trouble and stuff like that. So it's, I took boxing at the age of 14, and then I gave it up because I fell in love with indoor volleyball. In Puerto Rico, indoor volleyball is huge. I had a Puerto Rican coach out here. I started volleyball in Ocala, and then he ended up making me travel to Puerto Rico and all over the United States. I played on high performance teams for volleyball, and then I ended up falling in love with basketball. So I switched over to basketball. I was about to leave to go to Zaragoza, Spain, and play overseas basketball with my boy Dominic. And then I got arrested, like I was telling you. They were like, you can't come no longer because you have an open case in the United States. So I picked boxing back up. Parents kicked me out the house. They're like, yo, you're not staying in our house no more because obviously this is not working for you. I ended up staying in a boxing gym on their mat for 2 years, picking up boxing again, coaching kids, learning how to fight, learning if I had a swag and a love for it. And, dude, I fell in love with it. I had my first fight August 28th of 2020, I think it was, and it just took off from there. It just took off. It's all over YouTube, and there was 300-400 people in that gym that all came from Ocala just to watch me fight. There was like 15 fights. I was fight number 9. My fight was over. The gym emptied out.
What?
It was insane, bro, and it made me fall in love with it. Like, I brought my son into the ring with me after I won.
That must be an amazing feeling.
At the time, right? Oh, man, my son is seeing this. Everybody's screaming my name. Everybody's, like, throwing water on me, hugging me. Like, oh, my God, my dad's a winner. A week later, he goes to school. He punches somebody in the face and goes, well, my dad does it. I'm like, oh, shit. So I was like, hey, bro, it's not.
Your kids they don't follow what you say. They follow what you do.
100%.
So if you
monkey see, monkey do.
Exactly,
exactly how that is.
But if you can help him put that energy into something like what you doing, forget it. Start him early, bro. He'll be a monster.
I'm trying, but like some kids pick it up differently than others. My kid is.
He's gonna be a street fighter.
my kid
He'll be
fight when he feel like fighting.
Yeah,
nobody gonna tell him no.
So, bro, you faced a lot of adversity growing up. So the reason I brought that up is because on this podcast we want to give people value, right? Sometimes you got to go through shit to go through shit, right? Essentially, you know, you have to see or feel some type of pain in order for you to grow, right? It's like a muscle, bro. You got to keep working it out. Eventually, it gets bigger and bigger. So, you know, I watched one of your podcasts and, you know, you're trying to achieve greatness, right? You're trying to be the best that you can possibly be, right?
100%.
This is, you know, I see boxing not only as a physical sport, but it has a lot to do with mental, right? You got to be disciplined. She got to be sharp.
And you got to, like you said, it's discipline and maturity. Because, like, dude, I have friends that Friday, Saturday, it's like, yo, let's go get a drink. Let's go out. It's like, I can't. I got to wake up and spar in the morning. Like, you know, fuck you. Bleak.
Yeah.
I lost a lot of friends in that way. Because I don't go out no more. I don't party. I don't drink. I cannot drink, bro. I had a really bad time drinking, trying to train for a fight in 2 months, and it doesn't work, bro.
Destroy your body, bro.
It destroys your body. It literally just, it's so unhealthy. But yeah, like, I lose a lot of friends. You got to be mature to understand that, discipline to understand that you got to wake up every morning and do this. It's the days that you don't want to be in there that you have to go and give it 2 times harder than the days that you regularly want to be in there. It's only going to make you better as a fighter.
Exactly.
You know, so.
Who did you look up to, like, coming into the game of boxing?
So, locally, I started training with Danny Santiago. They call him the Bronx Bomber. He was up there from New York. He was the one that started training me in fighting. But then he took off, went to Colombia, and started training other people. Professionally, like boxing-wise, I follow a lot of Lomachenko. Back then, he was in the amateurs. So he had 496 amateur bouts, and he lost 1. Do you know what that is?
Yo, that's insane.
To lose 1 fight out of almost 500? Like,
so even before getting into the game,
so before he got into the game, he had 500 fights.
That's not healthy, bro.
It is, but it's not, because look how good Lomachenko is. I was just telling him, in Lomachenko's 3rd fight, he was a world champion on his 3rd professional fight. Like, that's absolutely insane. So people ask me, like, where do you see it going? Like me, I see myself getting as many amateur bouts as I can. I see myself exposing myself as much as I can. People getting to know my name, like you said, is ringing in the city. I want it to ring outside the city. And then eventually I'm just going to grow from there. And then I'm going to be able to pick up on a big fight, on a title fight. They're going to be like, yo, this kid's been putting in work, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to get hate coming my way, obviously, because Loma got a lot of hate when he fought his third fight. The guy he was fighting was like, this is disrespectful to me. This is the guy's third fight. I'm 24-0, and you're gonna bring him in to fight me? And
so he underestimated him.
100%.
That's what happens, bro. When you come in cocky, that's the thing about like combat sports, bro.
But I feel him in a way, like, dude, to be 24.
So you would be tight if you.
I wouldn't be tight, but I wouldn't take it like he took it. I wouldn't underestimate the guy coming in. I would have obviously done my research. Like 500 fights amateur, that says something. You know, he won 2 gold medals in the USA Olympics. That says something. You know. But being 24-0 and losing to a guy who was 2-1, or he was 1-1 at the time, because Lomachenko's second fight, he lost. So Lomachenko's second professional fight, he lost. He won his first professional, lost his second. A lot of pro fighters, that's already a bad record.
Yeah.
That's already a flag. You feel me?
Yeah.
But he took it. The third fight went. Became a champion in the third fight. At one point, they started calling him No Maschenko because people didn't want to come out of their corners anymore from fighting him. No Mas. So it's I look up to him. You know, Canelo defensively, the way he grinds.
Yeah, he's a beast, bro. He's a dog, bro.
He's a dog, bro.
That's crazy. I love boxing because of the mental aspect of it. Like you gotta be a beast. You gotta be super focused
But you also go through shit. Like
yeah. So I want to talk about that. It's like, yo, you out here chasing your dreams, bro. You out here grinding, bro. And I can tell you from experience, just anytime you set a goal to do something, the path to get there is much harder than what we assume.
Very bumpy,
right? Very bumpy. It's never a straight line. You got curves, turns, bumps, walls, and you know, I was able to implement this like mindset where when I see adversity, I understand that it's not there to stop me. It's there to redirect me in the right direction. That's how I look at everything now. What can I learn from it? What can I gain from it rather than me being in like having this funk mindset where like, damn, it didn't work out.
Yeah.
I think everything works, just not on your time.
Right.
Is that something you struggle with?
Dude, you have no idea. Like something that I struggle with a lot, and it's very, very mental, bro, or like my injuries. Like I had a minor stroke on September 25th of last year.
A minor stroke?
It was called a TIA. I don't know the medical word for it, but it was a minor stroke. I remember waking up in the middle of the night, and I couldn't move. My whole left side was numb. Thank God I had an Apple Watch on. I used the Apple Watch. I called my friend. He got me to the hospital. I ended up seeing 5 different doctors. Right there, I was going through a mental. I was in a hospital a week in that bed, bro. And I was like, this is it for me. I'm not boxing again. The doctor came in and told me, like, you should not get hit in the head because one more hit in the head is going to cause this thing in your neck to crack. Or I don't even know what he was saying to me. I was so doped up off the medicines they had me on in there. But this is what, like, my family and my friends who were in there day in and day out were telling me. And I thought it was over for me. I finally decided, like, you know, I sat down with myself and was like, dude, like, I'm not going to have a doctor sit here and tell me that what I want to do for my life is over. So I ended up recovering. Took a while. I recovered. I took on a fight in Gainesville this upcoming year. And it was all great. It was my first fight back from having my stroke. And I thought, I'm like, okay, my road is now back on track. I'm going down a very smooth path. I'm training. I'm listening to my body. I'm going to therapy. Everything is good. Then I get a call. Yo, you have a pay-per-view fight next month. You're going to be on TV. It's worldwide. I was like, what? Yeah. All right, cool. That's mental. So I'm in my head like, oh, I'm about to get into a fight, blah, 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 this and that. My people are going to see it everywhere. I get in that fight, second round, I pull or I pinch a nerve in my rhomboid, which is a muscle in my back on my left side, which is my jab hand. And I ended up making it through the fight. The fight ended up turning out as a draw because both of us ended up winning an equal amount of rounds. After that fight happened, I remember getting out from the ring and I laid on the floor and I was like, bro, I can't move my back. Like, everything came back to me about my stroke. I was like, oh my God, bro, it's happening again. Like, my body's going to shut down. Like, I'm not going to be able to move. It's over for me once again. Like something happens to me. So it's like my road is going good, 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 good. Boom, something happens. And then it gets good and then something happens. So mentally I'm like, yo, if I step back into it, am I expecting something to happen now again? Like I'm back, I'm normal. I've been going through therapy. Is something gonna happen to me in a month or two? Is something gonna happen to me after my next fight? Like, bro, I don't know what to think, bro. And I get into my head, you know. I talk to my wife, my girl, every day, like I don't know if I want, like, do I do this? Like, am I going to fuck up myself to where I'm going to end up back in a wheelchair and my son's going to see me as a vegetable? Because boxing is the sport that's got the most deaths. You know, the guy from the Philippines just died this year. He got knocked out with an uppercut in the 7th round, went to the hospital and died. And all he was doing was boxing. It's very mental, bro. It eats you up from the inside, but you just got to look past it.
So are you looking towards the future, right? You understand what type of damage, boxing does. It's the repercussions. Is it worth it? That's
the question that people ask me all the time. Is it worth it? I don't even know how to answer that because like I'm doing it. I guess the best way I can answer that for you is I'm doing it for my son to have something to look up to. I don't want to be a dad who is a warehouse manager and, my son never had something to look up to that way. And I'm not disrespecting anybody who works in a warehouse or anything, but I grew up saying my dad played for the White Sox. My dad played professional baseball. My dad took me all around the world for his games.
So you came from an athletic background.
I came from an athletic background, so it's like it was like brought on to me to be an athlete. Now I have a son that I brought into this world and I see what athletes, what that lifestyle can do for you. And for me, that's a way out. I want to show my kid that you're talented enough. Your life is set, bro, if you put your mind to it and if you work really hard. So I want my son to see me boxing and I want him to see me prosper, bro. I look into the future in that way. Like positive vibes only type,
Right.
Because if I start thinking the negative, I start bringing it upon me.
Right, exactly.
It's like, am I going to get pulled over? And before I know it, 3 cops are behind me. I haven't seen cops in the city in 2 weeks.
Right, yeah. The tongue holds a lot of weight, bro, and a lot of people call into that. I think the mindset to kind of go into that is like, yo, what can I learn next? Right? Not what's going to happen.
But even then, like right now I'm thinking about it. What can I learn next? How do I learn how to listen to my body before it goes into that state? Like, how do I know if I'm injured? I don't know how to answer those questions.
But that's good. That's great because that's another challenge within itself, right? I think once you master your body, master your mentality, that's what creates greats. Yeah. Look at Tyson, how crazy he is. But the motherfucker's so wise.
He's wise, yeah.
He's wise.
But he was
and
wild.
Even when he was wild as shit.
Did you hear what he told the dude before the fight?
Which one?
He's like, I'll fuck you in the ass back.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, bro.
Yeah, he was wild.
He said that shit. But he cried before every fight.
Yeah. I've seen his podcast and he talked about that.
That's insane.
Yeah, you wouldn't imagine somebody with all this,
But
talent.
you know what it was? He was scared to kill somebody.
Yeah. So he was scared of himself. So imagine having that mentality.
Oh, God, bro.
The one, you're so good that you can physically hurt somebody to a place where you can decapitate them, like literally pop their top and they won't come back. And 2, having that awareness, you literally fighting yourself every single day. You feel what I'm saying? That's like demons. A mental, exactly. Like that's literally, man. But he's one of the greatest boxers, entertainer. Do you see yourself like that? You seem more calm, more humble, more chill.
I don't see myself as a Mike Tyson, crazy, angry.
No,
like I'm calm.
What about entertaining? Because you see Jake Paul, the reason he's able to. And I'm sorry, I'm bringing this guy.
No, he is a what do they call him? It's a word for that. He's a prize boxer. So he only fights for big bags. You know what I'm saying? He only fights to make a
How
bag.
Can we get the general population to get like that? Because right. So you're talking about one, you love boxing, you're very talented, but the lifestyle, that's what you're aiming for, right? To be able to leave something for your son and create a roadmap or a pavement where he can
when you think about boxing lifestyle, bro, you can only name a handful of people who have a good lifestyle off boxing.
Yeah.
You can't name a whole group of people that have lived real good off boxing. Boxing is literally the name that you make for yourself. It is your legacy. It's how far do you want to go? Like I can sit here and name fighters that you probably have never heard of, but they're nasty. You know what I'm saying? Like they're old. Have you heard of Zab Judah?
Of course. Yeah,
Right. Okay. Have you heard of Mickey Ward and Arturo Gotti?
Nah.
Those two dudes, were one of the best in their time, bro.
Yeah.
In their weight class.
Zab's last fight, he got injured or some shit like that. Right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. He did.
So, and it's just like, it's the name you want to make for yourself. The lifestyle I want to portray to my son, like you say, is the discipline. The discipline of, okay, my dad gets up every morning, goes to the gym, does this, and it's all for this one big time. You know what I'm saying? And I want him to know that win or lose, like the outcome is still the same.
Yeah.
You still got to remain the same, remain humble. I wanted to teach my son that. I want him to see me go through that, but you know, I haven't lost yet, and I don't plan to. So,
talk your shit,
you
my
know
boy.
what I'm saying? So the next one coming, he's not gonna figure out how to deal with a loss either, because it's not in my plan to lose.
So do you expand outside of boxing, right? Because is there money in boxing as far as?
Yeah. So, like again, bro, your name will, you know, the tickets before a fight, they'll hand you a certain amount of tickets.
You gotta sell them.
Go sell these tickets. We'll give you a percentage of that. Bro, I'm the type of person that's got to come back and be like, I need more tickets, more tickets,
So
more
you
tickets.
at that level?
Well, to where people know me,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people know me out here in the city who will travel an hour or two to come watch me fight. I have a lot of support, a lot of friends out here. So imagine me, like I went to Bellevue High School, you know, one of the popular kids with my boy John and Eddie, and everybody knew us as the trio. And we still talk to a lot of those people. A lot of those people still live out here. A lot of those people got us on social media. So for me to get some tickets and sell them online and ship them, that's nothing. And then on top of that, you're selling sections. So like at my Gainesville fight, I sold a section, a $500 section. You get a percentage off that on top of your ticket sales. For the pay-per-view fight, they gave you a link. You know what I'm saying? Go, you pass around a link that this is where you get the pay-per-view fight to buy it on TV or whatever. And they see you get your own link. You get a percentage of that too. And then endorsements, sponsorships. Because I got plenty of sponsors that give you.
I don't know nothing about that yet.
Yeah, so like sponsors, the sponsors.
No, I know. I was just.
They help me. They help me with what I got to do. Like they help me live, bro. See, I don't have a job.
Okay.
I don't have a 9 to 5. My 9 to 5 is boxing. I get up and I work on me, my body, my mental, my state, video, film. I talk to my coach. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a job. My job is to do boxing and become the best I can at it. It gets toxic to a point because, like, if you think about boxing 24/7, dude, you're gonna go insane. So like I've been there, bro. I was just recently
you
there.
Say you don't party, you don't.
I was just recently at that state of mind where I was like, bro, I'm going crazy. I gotta go do something. Me and my girl just dipped to the beach, away from all of this. You know, so like, there's times that you need a break. But the sponsorships help you with that. Like I got sponsored by J.S. Pasofino. He's a horse company out here. You know, with the sponsorship that he allowed me to get, it got my suit for my fight. I got my hotel paid for, my registration paid for that I need to do to fight. Gold's Gym, the same thing. I got sponsored by Gold's Gym Ocala. They did that little commercial that they dropped that's on social media. So all that money also becomes exposure and allows me to put that money into my career.
Yeah.
So a suit like boxing, like you said, boxing is a spectator sport.
Yeah.
So you saw Jake Paul's last fight. He had Rolexes on his pants.
Yeah.
People look at that stuff and they just.
So
like,
that's the reason I keep bringing him up is it's not even a boxing. It's the business that he creates around it.
But he had the funding to do it. Like imagine having millions of dollars.
But think about it. Him and his brother
a
started recording YouTube videos when YouTube wasn't even
you're right.
a thing.
You're
right? They became
right.
entertainers. So I look at it like that. Yeah, I seen all the cringy shit they do, but there's a reasoning behind it. Like we see what they want us to see. Think about that. Everybody posts this shit on social media. The things you post is what you want people to see.
And that's the same thing with the news and the TV.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
exactly.
saying? They want you to see what you're seeing.
Exactly. But that's not real.
Nah.
It's not real. Attention goes, where attention goes, money flows.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can build enough attention, you can get enough.
Yeah, you get a lot. Yep.
So my question is, like, do you see yourself getting into that aspect? I see that you filming. You about to create a documentary.
Yeah, like this guy hit me up, found me on Instagram just like you. Was like, listen, man, like your name buzzed in the city, and my kid knows who you are as a boxer. He looks up to you. Like I work in the film industry.
How does that feel? Wait. How does that feel when somebody calls you? Because it gets lonely being a boxer, right? You're constantly in your head.
I want to talk about that too, that loneliness, man. But how does it feel? When a kid hits me up about
when somebody's
it?
like, "Yo, bro, I appreciate your hard work. I see you," And you inspire me. You motivated me to move. Just make a move.
Bro, it make me go so much harder.
Yeah?
Dog, it makes me go so much harder, man. I swear to God. Not just for me, for my people around me, too. It make me go so much harder because if you see it, who else saw it that felt that way but was just scared to reach out?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people scared to reach out. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, absolutely, man. I'm completely different. A lot of people around me be like, yo, chill. You gotta stop showing people that much love because it looks like you dick riding. Excuse my language.
No, but that's
bro,
true.
I love to show people love, bro. I love people that are creating something for themselves. Whether you're boxing, you got a YouTube channel, whatever it is, because I'm the guy that's been in the 9 to 5. I have that mindset for so long, and I know like that mentality can be hard breaking into the entrepreneur world. You create all these type of fears on why things won't work. But then when you actually
projecting though.
It's projecting, right? It's the uncertainty because when you become an entrepreneur, you got to take this risk, right? Rather than going to work for the white man and just, clocking in, clocking out. All the responsibilities on that person. You feel what I'm saying? So that's the reason I show so much love. Like, damn, you built it from the bottom. And that goes back to like the Jake Paul brothers. It's like I see like behind the scenes. I try to see things as a producer rather than a consumer.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that goes like, would you create something like that will help elevate your brand? Because essentially when you sell stuff, you're selling your stuff, right?
Yeah.
When you sell tickets, you're selling you. You have to show people why they should tune into
to watch you fight.
Exactly, bro.
I think what Jake Paul did, what I really like that he did was the Boxing Bullies, that program that he did in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
So it's like that's what I do see myself doing for my brand and something like that, the way he did it. So like Boxing Bullies, everybody knows that's Jake Paul's. Like he did that whole organization. I can see myself doing something like that.
Would you sign with a Jake Paul MVP?
Bro, if he hit my line and said, "Hey man, you got the talent to do it,"
the title of this video is "We Talking Shit About Jake Paul."
You gonna clickbait that motherfucker? Hey, I hope he sees it. Because if he do call me and sign with me, man, me my coach, we'll figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
After this, we're gonna talk about some marketing stuff that we could probably do to get the attention for somebody.
Word, that would be dope, man. Because I do get like that video been going around like who's the most famous person in your phone. I do got a lot of people that have seen me. Like I got professional basketball players in the NBA. I used to be really good friends with. I got one that I'm currently good friends with, Tavion Kinsley. He plays for Marshall University, and the dude's a monster. And I hit him up about my last fight. He helped support my last fight. Just football players out here. Freddie Swain, he grew up out here. He's a football player for the Seattle Seahawks. I see him at the gym, and just seeing him motivates me because like, dude, you came from the same place I came from, and I look at you as a role model, because like of the stuff that where you're at right now, that's hard work and that's dedication. Where he's at with it, and he's in the gym every day, bro. Every time I'm in there, he's in that gym. So I know I'm in the gym a lot. I can imagine how he's doing it. So it's like, I see, there's a lot of role models and stuff I see in this, but I could definitely see myself doing some big brand like that.
Yeah. I think that'll be dope, man. The power of social media, man, and I keep knocking this in people's heads, man. The power, bro. That's
how they did it.
That's how I got you here. The power of social media.
Exactly.
Right?
That's crazy.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy what you can do. Just people don't break out of that.
I don't like the people that post on social media everything they do. Like, I'm in the kitchen, or I'm taking a shit.
That gets annoying. I call that the DJ Khaled syndrome. Like,
but even DJ Khaled, he knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
Because his another one bullshit sold on a shirt for millions of dollars.
Yeah. But yo, it's crazy because it took him, he's been in the industry for like 10 years prior to, him going platinum and him actually coming out solo because he was on Terror Squad. Like, he used to do a lot of work with them. And he was kind of behind the scenes. Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. He was behind the scene. He's been behind the scene for a minute. But it took him getting out of his comfort zone, doing the whole Snapchat stuff, and doing something different that allowed him to create a platform that's now bigger than Terror Squad.
Bro, it's insane.
It's insane, right?
Bro.
So that's kind of my question. Is like, do you see yourself breaking out of that? Not only being a boxer, but being who you are.
I want to be like an influence. If I could do it on social media, that would be great because then I wouldn't have to fucking go anywhere and leave. You know what I'm saying? I would love to do this from the comfort of my home, talk my shit, influence a lot of people through the stuff that I've been through. Because, like, dude, I've been in and out of jail. I hung out with thugs. I did thug shit. Like, what these kids say that, so, and people think it's cool. That's not cool, bro. I want to be able to put that upon people and teach them that, like, yo, there's a lot more to life than the stuff that you are like growing up in. But then again, it all depends on your environment.
Absolutely, bro.
Because you grew up in a different environment than I did, you know? So
Right. But you know, one thing about me, I always been a seeker. I always wanted more because, and I told my story a billion times. Like I became deaf when I was 13. I was deaf for 2 years. So for 2 years of my life, like
you didn't hear shit.
I was like in the dark. Like I felt like I was different. I felt like I was punished. But because of that and being able to hear somewhat, like I hear 60% or whatever, I know that there's more. Like the impossible is just not impossible.
Right.
Everything is possible because it started with me. So I kind of look at things from a broader perspective. It's like, yo, you can make anything happen. Even having this conversation, it's like, now I see where your mind is at. You want to grow. You want to be bigger than where you are right now. And I think we all do. But it takes an environment, like you're saying. It takes two or a couple great minds to sit down and just.
Yeah, because a lot of people say, like, if somebody said they did it alone, they lied, bro.
Yeah. No, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
It's no. You want to do something. You want to go fast, go alone. You want to go far, go with a team.
Or like you say, you got a good support team. Like even for every, you know how they say, behind every good man is a good woman.
Yeah.
Even in that aspect, bro, that's the most truest statement.
So let's talk about that. How long you been with your girl?
So with my girl, dating wise, we just started dating last year. We've been together about 7 months going to it, but I've known her my whole life. So I knew her before I graduated high school. I knew her going in as a freshman to Bellevue, coming in from Puerto Rico. When I met her, she was the one person that, because like I said, bro, with my family, I was the
outcast.
The outcast, bro. So nobody ever took me to work. And I worked right up the road at a Wendy's at the time. My mom didn't take me. My dad didn't take me. It was either walk, get a bike, but you need a job. So you're going to figure it the fuck out. Sarah.
See that mindset. I love where you going with that.
Right. Bro. So Sarah was always the one that.
Sarah's your girl.
My girl. Yep. I would call her and be like, listen, I know you live 20 minutes from me, but like I'll give you gas money, take me to work. I get off at 4 a.m. Can you pick me up on a school night? So what do you mean you get off at 4 a.m? I get off at 4 a.m. Just pick me up, drop me off. I'll give you more gas money. So I had to sacrifice the money I was making to get to work, bro. So I wasn't making shit.
Yeah.
But so that's how I met her, and we just. We grew up together. She threw a party at my mom's house and overdid it. 200, 300 people pulled up to my mom's house. That was her fault. But because she was a very popular person in high school. Very popular person. She dropped my address on her social media and everybody pulled up. If I didn't know you, dude, there was a dude. I'm in high school, a 9th grader or 10th grader. There's a dude at my door with a shotgun.
Wow.
Like, Sarah, who do you know, girl?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
That's Ocala shit, bro.
Man, what? It's some crazy shit. So I was like, oh, dude, this is my house. Like, boot it. So we went through a lot of shit. And then when I graduated, I went my separate way. I left everybody in this town, bro. I left this city. I went to Fort Myers. I went to go live on campus. I met my best friend, Kevin, out there. And I left everybody in the city. I ended up coming back and reuniting with Sarah again, and we just kicked it off, man. So
did you have some slight feeling,
dude, when I was younger,
that you were gonna be with
my nigga? When I tell you, we used to have these lake parties, and I can name everybody in the group, like my boy Isaac and Froome and Sarah. And my boy Isaac, I always used to tell her, like, listen, like, I'm gonna date Sarah one day. Like, I know she's with this guy right now or whatever, but like, yo, that's my wife, that's my queen. Like, dude, and you can ask her when you meet her. Eventually, you will. I used to do everything for her, but I would never try her. I would never do nothing like, I want to kiss you, I want to take you. Nothing, bro. Like, bro, we used to sleep in the same bed together. But like, don't touch me. Like, no one touched each other. Like, we was on that level of like maturity at such a young age. I knew not to disrespect her. And thank God I didn't, bro, because like now we have such a strong relationship that we both say it all the time.
You
like,
manifested this shit, bro.
Yeah, bro. Bro, that's when I really start believing in shit like that. Like, bro, I spoke this to existence. I can remember the exact day, the time, where I was in the bathroom by the lake, what I was staring at when I told myself, like, yo, I'm gonna date this girl one day, bro. Like, I said it just like that. And it goes back to me going, behind every good man is a great woman. She has pushed me, allowed me to be where I'm at today, bro. Like when we talked earlier about finances with boxing, there comes a time where the money stops. So, boxers take on fights once a year or twice a year. At one time, all that money's coming in all at once because you're getting ready for that fight. Once that fight's over, if you're not preparing for another one, the money kind of stops. You know what I'm saying? You don't have a job. You don't get paid to go into your gym by your coach and train. That's not how that shit works. You have to go get your money. And there's times where I have fallen on my ass and she's been like, listen, babe. And again, back to the mental. I've fallen on my ass and been like, do I do boxing or do I just go get a 9-to-5 and worry about you and my son and making sure that I can provide for you guys? And she looked at me and was like, yo, like, we're good. I'll take care of it this month because I know if I don't got it, you'll have it. You don't got it right now. I got it. She took care of everything that needed to be taken care of to where my focus could remain on my pay-per-view fight. So
shout out to her, bro.
She's real.
She's a solid one.
She a real nigga, for real. She my homie, dog. I love her.
That's dope, bro. Shit, I haven't had no success in that field, man.
And even my coach says it. She came to the gym to me the other day. Was like, yo, babe, keep going. Like, she was just like, apoyándome. Like, she kept doing that. And coach came to me and was like, bro, my coach is a Hall of Famer. Tito Ocasio, Hall of Fame boxing coach. He said, in my entire career, I've never met a girl so supportive over a man when this is what he wanted to do. Because no girl wants to see their man get hit in the face by another man or beat up or get bruised up or, you know what I'm saying?
Right, facts.
Or get humiliated on TV. Some people see it humiliating.
Are you willing to go through that?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what I'm stepping into, bro. I'm doing it.
Yeah, you're facing the reality of it.
But it's not going to happen. Because
talk that shit, my boy.
It's not going to happen, man. My coach helps me stay too sharp, bro. Way too sharp.
So other streams of income, sponsors, endorsements. Do you have any other passions or love that can bring you some type of bread? Because think about it. What if, God forbid, you get hurt, like seriously hurt?
Right.
There's a percentage, right? That can happen. It can happen to the best. What next, right? Do you want to wait till that?
No,
possibly happens.
So
or do you want to be ahead of the curve?
I think about it all the time, but then I've always been told, like, bro, listen, if you have a plan A and a plan B, then that just means that you're not focused on your plan A, bro.
Absolutely.
I've heard that all the time. So it's like I don't have the option of thinking about what I'm gonna do if this happens or if that happens. I just stay strictly focused on what I want to happen.
Yeah.
But I have had that thought, bro. I've had that conversation too. Like, what happens if I get hurt? Like, what do I personally love to do? I love coaching. Like, I will coach kids. I'll coach teenagers.
That's a passion you have.
I'll coach adults. After the coaching is like, don't talk to me, bro. I just have a passion for sports. That's it. Like,
you're an introvert?
Huh?
You're an introvert?
What do you mean?
You don't. You perform better being alone. You rather be alone than be into.
No, because I could perform really good with a team. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I played basketball.
So you like people. I think you run it around.
I just like to just be alone. I like to be myself. I don't like to. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, let me just do my part. Let me just do me. Let me play my role in my life, in my role on my team. If I'm a point guard, my role is to run the court. If I'm a shooting guard, I'll shoot. Like, I don't try and be things that I shouldn't be. But I just fell in love with sports. Anything sports always drives me back to it. I've been real good at basketball. I grew up playing baseball. For some reason, I'm good at golf. I don't know where that comes from.
You be watching the Nelk Boys. That's why. Them motherfuckers be swinging. I was never introduced to golf. And I didn't even know that was like a cool thing to do until I started watching like the Full Send and
Full
the
Send.
My
stepdad used to take me to the driving range to hit. And since I played baseball, I kind of had to swing kind of together.
Yeah. So I'm good at baseball, but it's much different swinging a golf.
All you got to do is just keep your left elbow straight. You know what I'm saying? Keep the left elbow straight. It's harder. I guess it's not easy.
Yeah,
right.
It's not. Because I'll kill a baseball. But
them Nelk Boys can whack a ball though, bro. I partied with them a lot, man. Me and my brothers partied with the Nelk Boys, Steve and Kyle in Orlando just last year. They came and saw me on my birthday in Tallahassee, and I got into a little clip in the video with them.
They were trying to sign someone at one point, right? For the UFC.
You're talking about Sugar Sean O'Malley.
No. They were trying to sign someone, even besides him. I seen for a while they were trying to sign someone in UFC so they can be a part of the Full Send. Like,
I know him and Dana White. Like, they did the whole Howler Head. They collabed with the whiskey that UFC does.
Yeah.
I know that much about it, but I don't know about who else they're trying to sign.
Yeah,
I quit keeping up with them.
Yeah. They got so much shit going on, bro. I fuck with them heavy because again, it goes back to like, yo, they created something from nothing, bro.
Yes,
They're from
bro.
Canada.
Yes.
They came out here and
they were filming on iPhones with mics
Yeah,
on
yeah.
another iPhone.
that's what we got right here, bro.
No, but like they didn't even have. They had
Oh, yeah.
the app on their phone to where they would
Just record.
right, or they'll have their phone like in
Yeah,
their
yeah,
pocket
yeah.
and shit like that. So yeah,
That's crazy, bro. When you want something bad enough, you'll go get it, bro. If not, you'll make an excuse.
Mm-hmm.
But going back to like being lonely, like you don't like being around people. You rather just focus on your craft and stuff like that. Do you get in your own way sometimes? Because of
all
that?
the time. I get him.
How do you manage that? So this podcast is kind of about giving people value, right? We want to give them value. There's someone in their head right now that wants to make a move. They want to follow their passions, their calling, something that they love, but they're stuck in their head. They don't know what direction to go.
I feel like a lot of people that are stuck in their head because of that is because of what the people that they love the most are telling them. So like a big thing about that was like my mom, my own mother, the person that I look up to the most. You know, I grew up with her. When I told her about this boxing shit, she told me to grow up. She said, dude, you have a 6-year-old kid. You're not about to just go jumping in the ring with a bunch of dudes. They're not going to pay you. Like, dude, grow up, make some money or you're going to end up broke. Straight like that. So it's like now I'm thinking about that stuff and I'm in my head because it's just me and I don't like to talk to other people about this stuff because then you get other people's advice on it and it's like
just throwing shit on your
just
shoulders.
throwing more and more shit. So it's something that you have to have a conversation with that. And it took me and I'm still learning, bro. I'm still growing. It took me
I love what you just said. You have to have a conversation.
Yeah, bro. It's this conversation.
I love how you look at it, bro.
With you and you, man, because it's I'm still growing now as a person, and it took me until today, you know, even just now to realize that nothing that anybody says around me is gonna dictate what the fuck I want to do, bro. You understand? Like, and I went through it when I was in the hospital, and the doctor was like, "No more boxing. Like, we will not clear you if you're gonna go back to boxing." And I was like, "All right, yeah, no, for sure. Won't go back to boxing. Cleared. Back to boxing." You know, so it's like nobody's gonna tell me, nobody's gonna get in the way of what the fuck I want to do, bro. And I can, and the thing is like I have my support. I have my group of people that are always like, dude, you are going to be somebody. You're gonna make it. And that's something that I tell myself, like, dude, if people see that, it's because it's true. You know, people giving you negative advice, like, dude, you'll never be anything or make it somewhere, is because they're mad you're already doing better than them. So it's like, you mind your own business and stay in your own path, bro. Stay in your own lane. And getting in and out of your head is just, it's a growing, you grow through what you go through. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to go through that to grow through it.
Yeah.
It's a little tongue twister right
there.
Yeah.
Nah, I love that, bro, because
yeah,
even myself, man, you know, I was at a point in my life, bro, where I stopped dreaming at the most important time of my life. Being a teen, trying to figure out what I want to do. Do I want to play baseball?
That's where I fucked up too, man. Because I had a full ride to Penn State University to go play men's volleyball. And it's like, I could have had a lifestyle that was set for me, bro. I didn't know what the fuck to do, man. I had people telling me the Army was the way. Like, bro, I was on the same page as you, bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So, yeah, no.
But, you know, I didn't even have that option because, you know, becoming deaf, you can't fly planes, you can't go to the Army.
You can't fly planes? Oh, you can't fly planes.
Yeah, fly
I thought
planes,
you meant
like,
you can't fly in a plane.
Certain things I can't do because I'm limited. Like, you know, that shit, it kills me because
then you become a liability to...
Right. There's other people that are talented but don't have the same 5 senses that everybody else has. Did that make them less qualified? Or that's more of a liability to... You know, so there's a huge gap that I'm trying to build, but I had to face that adversity, and that's why I bring people like you who are talented, who are making moves, who are still dreaming, bro. Like, I think it's so important to dream, and
bro.
Even though
people
you have a whole
me.
bunch of dream stealers out there, bro, it's like God gave you a vision, and He gave it to you, and not everybody's gonna see.
That's why you don't tell everybody your vision. That's why you don't tell everybody your vision.
Bro, I tell everybody. Because, bro,
but people are going to try and shut you down.
Bro, but listen, if you don't join me, if you don't participate in what we got going on, you're going to watch me. And it's going to hurt you.
Yeah.
And that may sound egotistical, but it's the truth. Like, those people that tell you, no, you can't do something, are literally projecting themselves. There's some type of fear and bias that they have within themselves.
They have to project it on somebody else.
They have to put it on someone else. Oh, no, it's not going to work. No, you're not good enough. No, you can't do this. The reason they think that way is because they tried something and they failed. Bro, I failed 1 billion times. And I love like going through that process. I love being in the trenches, bro. I
Mm-hmm.
love learning and going through the process of growing. Like, it's not about the end result. It's what I learn in between.
And a lot of people don't have the opportunity to do that. And I don't hate on nobody like that, because a lot of people are babied by mom and dad until a certain age in life to where they don't get to go through the trenches. And I hate to say this, but my sister was one of them. And now that we're talking about the trenches, my sister just had to grow up this last year. She ended up losing her job living out of her car, calling me for money on a weekly basis. Like, yo, I need some money. I need some money. They're not going to hire me till next year. And she went through to where she was washing laundry at friends' house, sleeping on people's couches, having to shower at a gym. My nigga, I did all that. I'm on the phone with her like, and what is this showing you? And she's like, I don't know. I was like, it shows you that mom and dad ain't always going to be there for you. Because mom and dad were with her through college, through high school, through after college. Got her first car, second car, third car. Like, you know what I'm saying? They did everything for my sister. And when my sister lost all of that, she didn't know how to react. She didn't know what to do, where to be. She was crying. She was miserable. You know what I'm saying? Thoughts start going through your head if you've never been through that. And now she's older than me. So, like, she didn't get to go through that. I went through it at 18, 19, 20, 21. In and out of jail, living out of a car, you know, showering at a gym. I did all the things she told me she did to become the man I am today. And I told her, I was like, listen, Andrea, this is going to make you a better woman. I promise you.
Ooh,
and like right now, yo, like 2-3 months later, she got her own apartment. She's up living good by the beach. She got her job as a CPA. She's living nice. And you know what I'm saying? She went through that.
Yeah. Yo, I that's what I tell people too, man. You gotta go through the grit.
The struggle. The struggle's real.
The struggle, bro, because there's a blessing in disguise, bro. And a lot of people are afraid of that. Sometimes you get that silver spoon and you don't know. Then you hit a brick wall and you're like, yo, what can I do?
So you know how religious people are always saying, like, oh, man, I asked God for strength, and they're expecting God to make them strong. Not that he's going to give you an obstacle that's going to make you stronger. Ooh. You understand what I'm saying? He's not just going to give it to you. He's going to make you work for that shit.
Yeah.
So for those people that are religious, that believe in God, like, man, God, I'm asking for wisdom. Well, he's going to give you a situation that you're going to wise up in, and you're going to learn wisdom in that situation. It's not just going to come to you. You feel me? So it's like people pray and they get exactly what they want, but they don't get it how they want it. You know? So it's
that's a fact, bro.
Man.
And I learned, thank God I learned, that's crazy. Thank God. Thank God I learned that early, bro. You know, the tongue holds a lot of weight, bro.
Yep.
It's crazy, bro. I don't know if you believe like in vision boards and manifestation and
I
stuff
believe
like
in
that, bro.
Affirmations.
Like,
all
I
that.
have to be careful what I put because I get exactly what I want. And sometimes it's not the way I want it, but that's a part of the game, bro.
You get what you give.
Yeah, exactly. So what's next for you, bro?
True. I got a fight coming up in May. That's for a title, for a belt. Then after that, by the time I'm turning 26, May 15th. So the day after I turn 26. By the time I turn 27,
so we turning up.
Yeah, after I win that fight, 100%,
yeah.
I'm coming back with a belt. But after I win that fight, I plan on turning pro, signing with a promotion company out in Tampa that my coach is really good with, T&K Promotions. That's like my number one goal right now. And then after that, I just to start my pro career, man. You know, go from there. I take it day in and day out because if I try not to expect anything.
You're not in a rush to get to that destination. Do you want the belts already? Do you want the money?
Nah, because like you've heard rushing shit is the worst thing you can do.
Yeah.
When you rush something always is not gonna turn out your way. But nah, I'm in no rush to get there, bro. When it happens, it happens.
I love that, bro. You confident, and sometimes that translates different. I'm just like that, bro. Like we had a couple of conversations before we came on a pod, like not being filtered. Just being direct with people and having that confidence, and not a lot of people see that.
They take confidence and switch it for cockiness, and they'll be like, "Damn, dude, you're cocky."
Yeah.
I ain't cocky, bro. Confident.
I got myself in so much trouble for just even having these like discussions of being direct with people. People are so fucking sensitive, man.
Yeah, we was having that conversation. That's my boy TJ over there. We was having that conversation at his house the other day. Like, it was me, him, and my girl. My girl was like, "Nelson, you're an asshole." I was like, "I'm not an asshole, bro."
That's like my nickname in my family. Like, and I'm not proud of that. It's just I'm very direct. Like, and when my sister, my family was like, "Yo, you an ass," and I'm like, "How, bro?" Like, sometimes you guys bring problems that don't even exist. And I'm not talking about my family. I'm talking about people in general. Like, you create these illusions that's not even real. Like, you literally block your blessings by being
ignorant,
delusional type. So I'm very direct, but you know, being with my partner, he's a coach and he's very mellow, and he's teaching me that way. He's like humble, and it's like, yo, think about it this way. And he's
just naturally humble like that.
He's naturally humble, bro. It's
humble.
cool because I'm the opposite. I'm like, yo, let's go.
Yeah, yo,
we lit, we fun. Like I love to be entertained. I love to have fun, but I also love the personal development aspect. My man's asleep.
My man over there. Yeah. His thumb hurt. I know it. That's why he got it up there. He
That you was riding?
Yeah, he rides bikes, bro, and he rides around my hood a lot. And I guess
I just sold a YZ out there, a 2014 YZ with an FMM exhaust. Yeah, I bought it just to flip. Rode it a couple of times, 2-stroke, and I'm like, yeah.
Nah, that's like lifestyle. That's how he gets to my house. You hear that bitch in the neighborhood. There go TJ, bro. You on the way.
Did you ride too?
No, fuck no. I'd end up like that, but worse.
Yeah, I was about to say, bro, don't do that. Anything you do, bro, you could be just walking and you could sprain your ankle.
Bro, the one time I did end up riding, it was me and my brothers. We ended up renting out 55,000 acres in the mountains in LA. And we went on the ATVs, and that was my first time on one of those. My brother Eddie had the fast one. He ended up driving by me, throwing dirt up in the air, and I didn't know what I was doing. I thought I was going fast, but I tried to get out the way of the dirt, and I ran into those dirt bike sand dunes, and I hit it and let go of it and flew. My brothers were like, dude, you're like 20 feet in the air. And then I hit a tree, like in the middle of a desert, the one and only tree. I fucking hit it. And then I fell to the ground. I got up, not a scratch on me, and I'm looking like maybe 15, 20 feet away, my four-wheeler over there almost on fire. I'm like, oh,
nah.
And we weren't even 5 minutes into just renting him. And they were like, yo, if anything happens, your deposit is out the window. I didn't put the deposit down. My best friend did. So I was like,
yo, I envy people. Like, I see a lot of people in the bike life. I'm like, dog, that's not how it is when you get on a bike. Like, you really got to be talented to throw it up.
Make it look easy. Like they make it.
Yeah. You gotta be comfortable.
Like him and his boy, they just be like they just make shit look like.
I'm on that, bro. I had a 2-stroke, bro, and that's completely different. That's a whole
I have no
different
idea what
league.
that is.
You touch that and it's going right up. I'm like, bro, I'm good. You got a lot of sponsors, bro. How they reach out to you? You reach out to them?
So the way I did it first. So my very first sponsor was Gold's Gym. I was about to get ready for that fight for pay-per-view, and I went up to them and I was like, I can't afford none of this stuff. But then they were like, yo, they're real big into sponsoring athletes. Tell them what you do. And I sat down with the owner. His name is Pete, and like the lady that runs the gym, Linda. They're really good people. And I just told them what it was. I was like, listen, like I'm an upcoming boxer in the city. Like I got a lot of ring to my name. Like you'll probably end up hearing of me. I said it just like that. I'm looking for some sponsoring for my next fight. No hesitation. They looked up my Instagram, gave me a check, sponsored me. And after I figured that it could work like that, I was like, man, maybe let me just go target some businesses that want to put their name out there on pay-per-view TV. And I ended up getting the taco truck right here, they got the best tacos in the city, I personally think. No hard tacos, but they're still good. I got the taco truck, Los Primos, South State, which was that real estate agent that was here earlier. Gold's Gym, I got a 50/50 detailing company. My girl's company, she owns her own company, Styles by Sarah. So she does hair. So she ended up sponsoring me, and then the Paso Fino, the horses, which is one of the biggest, like they do competition. And he got
that shit's big out here, man.
Bro, he got some nice horses too. I went to my first competition with him. I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago. I took my girl, and it's like, bro, it's so technical. It's to the sound of the way that they step. That's why it's called Paso Fino. Like that's why the horses are called that. Yeah, and it took me to that time to figure that out. So it's cool, bro, because even with my sponsors, I get to learn a lot about like different shit.
Yeah, that's fire,
like,
bro.
Like horses are a lot out here, bro.
Yo,
horses are crazy out here.
Crazy. I just finished coming. You should attend, bro. It's called 1 Million Cups every Wednesday at 9:30 to 10:30. People come and present business ideas and stuff like that, and you have a community of people that support that and ask questions and want to be involved in whatever.
It's like a community Shark Tank.
Yeah, exactly. It's fun, like bro. I've been meeting a whole lot of people there, bro. That's a good way to get your name buzzing and stuff like that. You can sell tickets, like yo, this is what I do. Like I'm gonna put the city on a map, and it seems like you're doing that. You putting the city on your back, and you represent.
That's what they say, you know. But I'm just doing it, you know. Whatever they say that's cool, and I'll take it all with appreciation. But I am trying to bring back.
Bro, you better put PR on your back.
That's what you know. What I'm saying I'm trying to represent for La Isla de Encanto, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying. But I do any fight I do over here in the United States, I represent Puerto Rico. But I do know this morning I was informed that we're gonna end up doing a show in Puerto Rico. But I'll have to end up you know, being a United States fighter.
Oh,
So it'll be different, but I'm still, you know, it's in the heart for Puerto Rico.
I hear that, bro. Keep doing what you're doing. Listen, I appreciate you coming on to the show, bro.
Thank you, man. Thanks for having me. This setup is sick, bro. I love this, bro. I don't know how you leave this area, bro. Like, this would be.
It's just being, listen, and I kind of manifested this just being.
And with this shit, boy, the boxing I would have on that TV. Man, you got the spot, bro.
I appreciate it, man. It took some time. I'm just trying to grow, bro.
And this should show you, bro. This should show you that even after everything that you've been through, like, nigga, you could do it, bro. Even after everything, like, you're doing it, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really doing it, dog.
Exactly. And that's kind of what we want to do for the viewers and the people that tune in all the time. Is like, it's not about motivation, bro. It's about like helping you overcome that limiting belief, because we all have them. Sometimes it's embedded in people's minds. It's engraved, and it's like almost impossible. But if you look at somebody like me who went through something so crazy, like, people go through shit every life, but imagine just waking up and losing your hearing.
Right. And now imagine waking up not being able to move one side of your body or speak.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And it happens all the time.
All the time.
It happens all the time. So listen, you have the support from Deafine.
Thank you.
The brand. And everything that I see you got going on, bro, I'm tuning in. I want to help any way that I can. So even after the podcast, we could chop it up and see how we can do that for each other, because I believe in collaboration. I believe in bringing people up, giving people that flowers, man, because this is what
while they still alive, bro. While they still alive, because that's what they do. They give you flowers once you're gone.
Exactly, bro. So, bro, where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram. Let me check my Instagram real quick, because
that damn light turned off, man.
I changed my Instagram name. It's NellyRodriguez.1. You can find me on Instagram. Facebook's just Nelly Rodriguez. Twitter, same thing, Nelly Rodriguez. I don't
YouTube, TikTok.
So like, I did have a YouTube. So like, now that we're going back to this real quick, I had a little team that I had put together for my very first fight. Unfortunately, me and that team, we all fell apart. But we did start our own YouTube. It was called Round Boys, with a Z at the end of it. So for my first fight on August 28th of 2020, they had called me 20 days prior to that fight, and they were like, "Listen, can you get ready for this at this weight?" And I said, "Man, fuck it, yeah, let's do it." And I documented all 20 days prior to my fight and threw it up on YouTube. And then there's also some of those basketball highlight clips on there that I was telling you about. Yeah. But I don't really go it on you. You guys can go check it out, have fun with it. There's nothing gonna be uploading on there ever again.
We gonna change that, bro. We gonna change that, bro. I'm a firm believer, like, you gotta expand your exposure, bro. That's how you get to that next level, bro. And I'm here to help with like anybody that wants to get that exposure, bro. Come on, let's link.
Yeah, it's the place to do it too.
Yeah, exactly,
this is cool, man. This is great.
Well, definitely, bro. So, thank you guys for tuning in, man. Every week we invite interesting guests and we have conversations like this, man. This young man is going places, not because his name is buzzing, it's because he's willing to put in the work and get out of his comfort zone, man. Sometimes you just gotta move, man. Whatever that may mean for you, man. On the other side of fear, there's something that's possible that can literally change your life. Just think about that. See you next time, guys. We out. Peace.